Okay, so I've been waiting to talk about this because I wanted to hear a lot more of the story, not only in what the result was going to be, but I wanted to hear just in case there was another side to it. But it was just announced that Matt Petgrave, whose skate cut Adam Johnson and the situation where Adam Johnson lost his life. Now, I want to get people's opinion, although I'm still trying to form mine. At the moment, I've seen a lot of people talking about how horrible Petgrave is and how it was deliberate, and they've been calling him a murderer. And I am reluctant to go that far, although I want to make it clear that I'm not willing to die on the hill of a guy who may or may not have tried to harm another player and ended up in a worst case scenario. But I will say that I don't believe that his intent was, and this is specifically from my very limited and very minor playing time in my life. So I have seen many, many players watching and playing. I've seen many players who have bounced off of other players in weird ways, or I've seen them do like odd things happen. And one thing that I'm still not completely sure on is was he trying to kick at Johnson when he was out of the play, or was he just the way he hit the other player, his leg and hip bounced, and in a it just his legs happened to swing up. I've heard both sides, and I'm not completely sure yet, but right now, Petgrave has been charged with manslaughter, and I would say at best, at the moment, based on what I know, it should be involuntary manslaughter. I would not argue with that, although I wouldn't fully argue with something lesser also, because at the moment I don't I don't believe that a player intended to harm another player in that bad of, I don't even I'm not even fully convinced that he was trying to end a career or harm him by kicking. I think at worst, his intention was just a last ditch, trying to skate, but couldn't get his footing, got hit, or the way he bounced off of the other player, his foot just happened to swing up. If anybody has any opinions or thoughts, or maybe knows something that I don't, I'm more than willing to hear other thoughts, other opinions. And I'm not willing to die on the hill of Matt Petgrave, a guy who in the last 2 years has tripled his penalty minutes in the EIHL, but he also, I don't know what those penalties were for. I've heard people talk about how his penalties have been vicious ones, and this isn't the first time he's done something along these lines. But other than people randomly talking, and I'm not, none of them have been players or people in the know that I've seen, at least. So if you know somebody, tag me. I'd love to hear other opinions. I have heard people like Jeremy Roenick saying that it was a disgusting, gutless, horrible thing, and he deserves the fullest extent of what he gets. Of he should be charged, and I don't know that even the worst player that I've ever seen would ever want to do something that harmful. But at the same time, I don't know Petgrave's intentions. I don't know any of the other players' intentions that I've watched in the past. I've been a hockey fan for the NHL since 1996. I have watched minor league and juniors, and I've watched so much hockey in the last, what is that, 20 some years, that I mean, I've seen a lot of players, both good and bad, come through the ranks, and I'm I think involuntary manslaughter isn't out of the question. In fact, I think that's kind of at the moment where my mindset is he should deserve involuntary manslaughter. I don't think he should be charged as a murderer, because I believe that the phrase murderer implies intent to murder, intent to, at at best, harm to the point of their life was in danger, and at worst, end their life. And I don't believe that was his intention. I don't believe that's a player's intention. But let me know what you think. Matt Petgrave has been charged with manslaughter at the moment. We'll see what happens in the future, and all of this I want to be said with absolute respect to Adam Johnson, his friends, his family, his fans, and to his legacy. I fully, I will never side with against the innocent person, and he is absolutely the innocent person in all of this. And I'm so sorry he lost his life. As a member of the hockey community, of the hockey family, whatever level, it's heartbreaking that he went through that, and that so many people had to see it. And his entire legacy should not be based on one accident. It should be on him as a person and his life. And I wish all of the people around him the absolute best. My fullest condolences and sympathy goes out to them. So I need that to be said. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think should happen to Matt Petgrave and in the hockey community as a whole. I love that people have been talking about neck guards and talking about taking precautions that would avoid or help this to never happen again. So, okay. Thank you for hearing me out, and let me hear what you think.